a todos, ¿qué tal? Hostia, se me ve con el gorrito este. Tengo una amiguita de frío, así que no, vamos, es lo que hay. ¿Qué tal? Bienvenidos al canal de Lord Guzmán, bienvenidos al castillo de Lord Guzmán y bienvenidos a un nuevo gameplay grabado en diciembre, en esta ocasión, y subido seguramente para que sea estrenado abril, mayo, yo creo que abril. Bueno, y vamos a jugar The Witcher 2. En este caso vamos a jugar el episodio 11 de The Witcher 2. Así que vamos a meternos en faena. Sí, grabo con bastante antelación los gameplays. Y estamos jugando The Witcher 2. Assassin of Kings. Enhanced Edition, por cierto. La edición Enhanced Edition. Es la que estamos jugando. Así que nada. Sí, hoy estrenamos diciembre. En el momento en el que estoy grabando esto, estamos estrenando el mes de diciembre. Y vosotros ya estaréis pasando calorcito, qué envidia, porque estaréis ya en abril, entre abril y mayo. Y ya estaréis ahí calentitos y a gustito, ya con la primavera de Sevilla. Pero nosotros estamos arrancando un invierno que climatológicamente se ha adelantado casi 20 días. Se ha adelantado casi al puente de diciembre. Que la semana que viene, vamos, empieza ya. Mañana es viernes, empieza el puente de diciembre. Bueno, vuelvo a repetir que esto, como ya sabéis, está grabado y subido y programado a bastante posteriori. Coño, que bien vas a pegar la cámara, ¿no? Tengo que hablar con...
The prince has it coming, methinks.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the virgin.
Rolling.
Things look bad.
Witcher, come over here.
Peasants are furious. They finally have a chance to strike.
The noblemen won't yield.
They're a cowardly lot.
They know their heads will follow Stennis's.
It's a deadlock, with the prince's guilt still to be proven.
Yarpin says it's someone from Edom. Sheldon, on the other hand, would shave his beard if it's not Hensel's spies.
Ha conseguido alguien a... Bueno, esto ya lo... ¿Por qué iba a gente a hacer eso?
Why would Sheldon suspect Henselt?
He'd sooner reach an agreement with Stennis than Saskia. Her death would be very convenient.
Zoltan?
Zoltan.
I'm wondering how anyone could manage to poison the wine. Saskia's a quick-witted lass. She doesn't let just anyone near. Someone she knew must have done it.
You'll change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Perdonadme, gente, pero me están llamando. Vale, volvemos a la partida. Consigue más opiniones, no tienes mucho tiempo. Vale. ¿Qué pasa?
Why is he lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witchers be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets. Throwing their weight about too much they are.
Podría ceder, si acaso, el príncipe
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
Entonces, ¿por qué
The
hablas sin
prince
saber?
is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can
¿Acaso alguien se
afford
puede
gold
permitir
teeth doesn't
dientes
mean
de
they'll
oro?
pull their healthy ones.
Sacarozan. ¿Conoces a ese siervo?
You know Saskia's servant?
Al siervo
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willie of
¿Dónde
yours?
está ese tal Willy?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
Farewell.
Give us this horsepower!
Saskia's on the beard with Henselt at the gates.
dog!
Race
It's good to
through the
see
mist
someone's
and commoners
taking
and
care of
nobles.
Not for that damned Yorvith, the serfs would probably be hanging the prince by now.
They say someone cast a spell, and the Virgin fell as if dead. Could be.
There goes the PC. What should I do?
The gods, who needs this?
I've been looking for you.
I don't know you.
You caused quite a
Has
commotion.
causado un gran
Afraid of
revuelo.
something?
¿Tienes miedo de
No,
algo?
nothing.
You're lying.
Mientes.
I didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
Habla o te corto el brazo.
I don't want to hurt you. I really don't. But I'll cut your arm off if I have to.
No, no, please.
So tell me what you saw.
Pues cuéntame lo que
I heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody, said the Virgin, is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Alcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear?
me has oído.
Tell me.
Dímelo.
I was putting Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. He wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, "Just clear the servants from the kitchen." Nothing more. Reverend Alcan, only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
The dead aren't very talkative.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
They're used to it anyway. Lady Saskia will defeat Henselt and make Bergen her capital.
We don't know that. She could grant us market rights.
You shit for brains, all of you. You'll soon meet the
Hang them all
accidents.
by the balls and let them swing.
Don't try anything.
¿Dónde me marca? Las paredes que oyen. Hay que subir, tío. Hay que ir desde arriba. ¿Estoy yendo en dirección contraria a un by the face o qué?
Great.
They say someone cast a spell. And
Pale
the
face,
fell as if-
eyes like embers. It raised his
If not for that damned Yorvik.
Sir, some
Go
lords
get the
will never
lads,
be
we
on the
won't
same
stand
side.
for this.
Humans only care how their
my
asses
hand!
rise as their stations
I'll cut
do.
the block off the next
plague
man who
into
dares try his
themselves'
luck.
hands. If they start at each other's throats, we'll have to face the entire amount of Kedwin alone.
You can't mix water
Say,
with fire.
Witcher, come over here. Saskia could.
And you see what they
The
did to
commoners
her?
claim it's our prince's doing.
Say she's dead.
You're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
¿Dónde vivía el reverendo Orcan?
I need to know where Reverend Olkin used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here.
Saskia
Saskia
necesita
needs help,
medicina.
Cecil. Philippa can produce an antidote, but she needs a magic artifact to do that.
Would you like a fern and a dancing worm to go with it? Listen, I don't know about magic, but there is a place, as long as I can remember, it's been of interest to sorcerers. They say it's a very strong intersection. Look for magic there.
Where exactly is
¿Dónde
there?
está allí exactamente?
Seek out the ruins in the forest beyond Bergen. There's a place of power there. You can't miss it. Why so glum? Saskia's a tough girl. She'll bounce back. Keep your head up.
Thanks, Cecil.
Gracias, Cecil.
No, Witcher. I thank you. Save that lass, and you'll save my town.
Fíjate que tengo que preguntarte más cosas, ya que estoy aquí. ¿Conoces a alguien que participara en la batalla hace 3 años?
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Did you fight here at
¿Luchaste
Vergen?
aquí?
Of course.
Philippa claims you know
Felipe
a bit
dice que
about
sabes
the
mucho
battle.
sobre la batalla.
That old cook insult, called king by some, thought that Adernians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edirn?
According to Henselt, Upper Edirn is the ancient legacy of the Kedwenny crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crap. 700 years ago, the elves reigned here. And 1,000,000 years ago, these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighboring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
All right.
Vale.
Hensel wanted to
Hensel
conquer
quería
Upper
conquistar
Edirn.
Alto
What
Edirn.
then?
¿Y?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil,
Sí,
that
sí,
doesn't
eso
help
no
me
ayuda
much.
mucho.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want.
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the
fantasmas de los
mist.
caídos luchan
They
en
turn
el
into
hielo.
horrible
Se convierten
creatures
en
called
criaturas
Draugrs,
indescriptibles llamados
Edirnians,
Draugrs.
Kedwenny,
Agentes
men,
de Arwin,
elves,
Cadwin,
and
hombres,
dwarves
elfos
too.
y enanos.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help
Quiero
them,
ayudarlo,
but I
pero
need to know
necesito
more
saber
about
más
the
sobre esa
battle.
batalla.
Very well. Listen, a beautiful day that grew hot later. Very hot. When Vandergrift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard, but we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edirn at all. We decimated the Dun banner, but that was only the beginning. Seltkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kedwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armour. Then Vandegrift himself entered the fray. Seltkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Vandegrift killed Seltkirk. A terrible death that sent the Adernian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kedwenny sorceress who wanted revenge on Vandegrift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
Vale, ¿qué pasó con el estandarte?
You captured the Dun banner
Capturasteis
standard.
la banderola, ¿no?
Henselt's choice troops, and not a one survived. The visitor sent them to their deaths, refused to give them reinforcements. He was a monster in human form. The men of the Dun were real swaggerers. Killed a lot of our lads, but for every Dunner, there were 7 Adernians. They had no chance. Aye, we captured their standard. We buried what was left of them in the crypts beyond Vergen. Their standard lies with them. Worthy foes are to be respected, even in death.
I'm going to need that
Voy a
standard.
necesitar esa banderola. ¿Viste el duelo entre Cerkir y Vandergrift?
Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Vandegrift?
I stood half a furlong from them. Never seen a fight like it. Probably never will again. They'd already met once, at a jousting tournament in Ardcarreg. Seltkirk won there. He beat on the visitor so hard he broke his sword. Seltkirk was a true knight, the last of his breed. Vandegrift was so pissed off after that tournament he hanged the smith who made his sword and ordered a special one from a sorcerer. I bet he cut down Seltkirk with that new sword.
Vandegrift is dead.
Vandergrift está muerto.
What happened to his
¿Qué pasó
sword?
con esa espada?
Saskia's got it. Good thing too. Only her hand can tame the hatred enchanted in that sword. After the battle, when the flames abated, the scavengers came. They stole everything. Imagine, not a single keepsake or Seltkirk in the whole of Edirn. His brother babbles something about a gauntlet, but he's a lying dog.
Gracias. Got it.
Thanks, Cecil, that was helpful. I think I know what I need to lift the curse now.
Madame Eilhard claims you need 4 symbols. The standard symbolizes death. Vandegrift's sword stands for hatred. What about the other 2?
I have a feeling
Tengo la
Philippa
sensación
has
de
a
que
handle
Philippa
on the
sabe dónde está el
rest.
resto.
Here's hoping you're right.
Eh? That's a Witcher, not a human.
So, no snaps? I heard.
Shut your trap if you don't know what's going on!
This is nonsense. What would the prince gain with the virgin?
Who will the Witcher
I can tell you what he lost with her life.
The prince has a
Give us
common
this whole
Witcher,
flower.
come over here.
Rolling down, you surly
Guilt
dog!
must be proven. Otherwise,
your
it's
tone.
vigilante justice.
Say, Witcher,
Why is
come
he
over
lingering
here.
about? Like the stench in a dwarven harbour.
Though, yeah,
Farewell.
I'll grant you that, Reinster. Get up!
Short on company?
What can Yarpin tell me?
Give us this hornplower!
Rolling down, you
Good thing you're here, Geralt.
I'm no...
I know.
Yon?
Good.
Writing a...
Better.
No.
Listen. Let it. Like it? All right.
How are things over there?
Nothing new. The serfs, like young wenches, are eager but scared.
Ha conseguido... Bueno, ya está, nos vemos.
you would change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
Hola.
What do you want?
¿Qué quieres?
We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I don't have time
No,
to
no,
listen to
canciones que no
songs
tienen la
praising the
nobleza.
nobility.
¿Sabes algo sobre este atentado?
Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
So truth means nothing
Decir
to
verdad no
you.
significa nada para
That's
vosotros.
what makes us
Esto es lo que
different.
nos hace diferente.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that
Un
allows
orden
injustice.
que
If
permite
the
la
prince
injusticia.
turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do
Así
understand
que lo
them and
entienden y
simply don't
sencillamente no
like
están de
them.
acuerdo.
Saskia is a wise woman, but there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then? Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
You may be right,
Puede que
but it's
tenga
certainly
razón.
not my
Pero no es
business who
asunto mío
plow
que
your
trabaje en vuestros
fields.
campos.
Farewell.
Adiós.
Give us this hornplower!
Rolling
Saskia's
down,
on
you
the beard,
surly
penciled on the
dog!
gates.
You will
Wraiths
change
from the
your
mist and
tone when we
commoners and
put a
nobles
sickle
direct
to your
comes.
throat.
Save your threats for
I'd gladly hear your opinion on the situation.
Finally, someone reasonable. It's obvious Henselt bribed some serf who then did what he was told.
Henselt está lejos.
Henselt couldn't
No creo
possibly
que
reach
Henselt haya podido
Bergen.
llegar hasta Bergen.
Doesn't he have sorcerers at his court? Or perhaps he hired a witcher to break through. There's no other explanation.
That's interesting.
Eso es interesante.
Just think it through. The prince couldn't have done it. The wine was in plain sight. Only the servants touched the decanters, and who are they? Commoners. Then that same commoner incited his folk to stand against the nobles and the prince.
Something to think about.
Habría que pensar en ello.
Enough of this charade! Try to be reasonable, folks! Sit down and talk in peace! We've talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
Bergen's not a cesspit for
Bergen
anyone to shit
no es
in.
una cloaca
There are laws
para
to
que venga
abide, and
cualquiera a
Scalan
cagar.
Burden's
Hay
job is
leyes
to
que
uphold
respetar y el
them.
trabajo del
There's no
cargo
law allowing a serf to
respetar.
threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a
¿No te importa
castle
haber
and
nacido
who
en
in a
un castillo o en una
pigsty?
pocilga?
Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
It's not clear how the prince poisoned the wine, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanting to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his saviour.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene dumbhead the prince can, curses on his kin. Nobody in Bergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stennis' leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Olcan got what he deserved when Henselt cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Edern? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Edern, can judge me. Can he? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign!
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
Vale, perdonadme, pero es que está...
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal
No se
attack.
atrevieron a lanzar un ataque frontal.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority
Necesitamos
figure
una
and
autoridad
royal
y
blood.
sangre real.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
También está Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
¿Lo lograrás a tiempo?
I must.
Vamos a intentar localizar a Triss.
I never finished telling you about the canary.
So, you got it over. I'm on my way to the recruiting station. I don't know. What's to consider?
I tried locating Triss, but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kedweni camp?
En el campamento Kedwen.
You'll have to pass through the mist.
There's no time to lose.
I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know. Henselt.
We need his blood, not his death.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a kingslayer?
Sí, va a ser un suicidio. Os lo pasáis muy bien vosotras dos, ¿no? Tenéis una forma muy peculiar de estudiar magia. Un poquito de BDSM y ese tipo de cosas, ¿eh? Peculiar cuando menos, la forma que tenéis, sí, de estudiar un poquito de magia, sí. ¿Dónde están las puertas? La puñetera niebla va a ser un auténtico suicidio meternos ahí. Nos van a matar. Más de una vez. Y más de 2. A por todas.
You stink.
Olvídate. Vámonos. Vámonos, Filipa. Cambiar el puñetero camino. ¿Dónde estamos?
I can go no further. If Deathmold senses my presence,
how will I get back to Vergen?
I'll wait nearby. Hurry.
Estoy a puntito de subir de nivel otra vez.
Damn, I knew it was you. When the mist started whirling, I told the boys it's Geralt of Rivia, or my name isn't Vernon Roach. Friend of yours?
Just found him. He was already dead.
Interesting. Dressed like a Vergeni. You almost made it through the fog. What's your business here?
Estoy buscando a
Triss is somewhere nearby.
Still looking for your sorceress. If she came here, I'd know about it.
She's got to be here.
Tiene que
Philippa
estar aquí.
Eilhart located
Filipa la ha localizado.
It seems you met the whole menagerie. Will you abandon them too when things get hot? You made your choice. Fled with the elves while Vess almost died at that horse in Laredo's house.
¿Qué pasó allí?
Is Vess all right?
Está bien,
What do
Vess.
you care? We could have all died while you played at being a squirrel.
No voy a
I
dar
refuse to
explicaciones.
explain myself
Ni
to
a
you
ti,
or anyone
ni a
else.
nadie.
You saved a group of thieves and bandits.
Deride them if you will,
Desprécialos si
but they're
quieres,
ready to die
pero están
side by
dispuestos a
side
morir
with the
por gente
simple people
sencilla,
of Vergen.
albergue.
They've got better
Tienen
reasons to fight
mejores
than
razones para
ours.
luchar que los demás.
Don't you care about Voltaire's death anymore?
The assassin
El
kidnapped
asesino
Triss,
encontró a
remember?
Triss, ¿lo has olvidado?
Help me find her,
Ayúdame a
and I
encontrarla y
promise I'll
cumpliré lo que
keep
te
the word
prometí
I
en la
gave you
mazmorra
in the
del castillo
dungeons
de
of
la Abadía.
Lavalette Castle.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Right. If Triss is anywhere in the area, it can only be one place. At the rear, near the riverbank, the Nilfgaardians have set up their camp. Nobody can enter it. You can get there either via some caves or by sneaking through the main camp. I forget the gates. Believe it or not, the whorehouse is where you need to go to enter the caves. The ladies thought they'd use that passage to service the knights and nobles, but some monsters have their lairs there. If you've had your fill of whores and monsters, to the east there's a path that leads along the riverbank. That'll get you near the canteen. You'll have to sneak the rest of the way from there.
Thanks, Roach.
Gracias, Roach.
Hey! I'll hold you to your promise.
Jamás olvido una puñetera promesa. Vale, tenemos esto. ¿Qué vamos a hacer aquí? Esto es un artesano. Mi misión es ¿dónde está Trish? Que es aquí. Ah, aquí. Para arriba. Pero es que aquí está esto que no sé lo que es. Una tienda. Pero esto no va a ser una tienda. Pues esto está parpadeando. ¿Esto puede ser un burdel? Puede ser, ¿eh? No. Porque claro, si esto es Nilfgaard.
Damn monsters.
Life can be really strange. I fought the Nilfgaardians a few years back. Now we make camp with the black ones.
That's politics. What's it to us?
Hola, mire.
We should have our say, take an interest in things. Or it will turn out like the millions.
You're no Prince Charming.
Hey, gotta pay for looking too. Diddle yourself, pauper.
Well, a witcher. Girls, prim yourselves. How can I help you, handsome?
No le haría asco hacer un revolcón con una de tus chicas.
I'm looking for a whore.
We've got plenty of those, you'll be glad to hear. But you'll need to show me your coin before you choose one. We all have our principles.
Tengo dinero.
I've got the orans, if that's what you're wondering.
Well, these are my girls. Choose, white-haired one.
Verde. deja de ser un brujo. Los brujos necesitamos este tipo de cosas. Y además recupero Orenz aquí. Bueno, ahora la cosa es...
Hey.
You don't mind. What's so strange about that? Other lands have...
Madame,
Well, how...
habla conmigo.
I wanted to talk.
Quiero hablar.
We're no strangers to the art of conversation.
Sounds all...
Ask away. What would you like to talk about?
¿Sabes cómo podría entrar en el campamento?
I need to get inside the camp.
Sin ser visto.
Unnoticed.
That'll cost you more than straight ploughing.
Te pagaré.
That seems satisfactory. We've an underground passageway leading out to the riverbank within the camp's confines.
Thanks.
Gracias.
Although we've not used it for some time. There's something down there. Something evil, horrible.
I'm sure I'll manage.
Podré apañarme.
The entrance is inside the tent.
At least this one bathes.
¿En qué tienda? ¿En esta tienda?
The Ripper is afoot! Bastard.
Make love, not war.
Muy bien. Me ha costado un riñón, pero aquí estamos. Necesitamos una puñetera llave. Bueno, vamos a ello. Joder, un puto troll.
Take that.
Sigamos. Nuevo nivel, un talento. Nivel 19. Vámonos, chicos. Con ese nivel 19 recién conseguido. Vienen de 3 en 3 es más complicado, mucho más complicado, y más estando solo. Pues antes, cuando tienes compañía o compañeros, pues dices tú, pues no pasa nada. De hecho, aquí el símbolo que realmente nos viene bien, creo que va a ser harta. Efectivamente, Ar es el mejor símbolo para los combates que se nos vienen los hartos, porque tumba al enemigo. Voy a probar con Ar, si no pues ya seguimos con Indy. Yo creo que con Ar nos puede venir bien. Y demás. Vamos a ver. Tomar pociones y resistencia al veneno también. Venga, hombre, necesito tomar veneno, pociones, historia. Cojones. Necesito tomar pociones. Vale, grajo. ¿Grajo para qué sirve? Aumenta el daño de la espada. Voy a tomar una de estas. Voy a tomar una golondra también. Y esta de resistencia al veneno. Dale caña. aquí, muchacho. hay algo, es evidente.
Efkir Nordling, where do you think you're going?
To see the ambassador.
A ver al embajador.
With all that steel on your back?
Estoy buscando a la hechicera pelirroja.
Have you seen a red-headed sorceress anywhere?
You didn't seem to understand my delicate suggestion, Nordling. Drop your sword.
I'm not looking for trouble.
Shillard Fitz-Estelin is waiting.
Metnara Ravnavad.
Nilfgaardianos.
Geralt, I'd hoped we wouldn't meet again.
We caught him sneaking through the camp, Excellency. We disarmed him.
I remember you telling Foltest you'd like to return to hunting monsters.
La muerte del rey cambió muchas cosas. Pero yo estoy buscando a Triss
Merigold was kidnapped.
Ha sido secuestrada.
Foltest's advisor. I heard she arrived at Vergen and hoped we would meet. But if she was kidnapped... Now I understand why you couldn't just stand by. But there are other reasons too. They told me you were in league with the Scoia'tael, with Iorveth himself no less. Is this true?
More or less.
Más o menos.
Have you heard of the slaughter of Enshe at the ravine of the Hydra? The kings of the north effectively forced the Empire to condemn and execute the war criminals of the Vryhed Brigade. Iorveth was among those condemned.
September 13th, 1269, the ravine of the Hydra. Following the peace of Sintra, 53 officers of the Vryhed Brigade were brought here and executed, their throats cut. The elves' bodies were dropped into the chasm. I don't know what the riders of the hunt were looking for. November 23rd, 1269. Sintra, the village of Coldwater, and another victim of the hunt. An 11-year-old boy. His parents didn't even ask if he had a chance. I'm tired. February 24th, 1270. A high pass in the Armouche Mountains. An imperial manticore, one of the world's oldest and deadliest monsters. I used to feel excitement at moments like this. Now the beast is only an obstacle on my way. Its meat and hot blood will help me survive this icy hell. May 30th, 1270. The Iruga River. The hunt continues to race south. Since I've been following them, they've taken 23 individuals, all between the ages of 10 and 20. All except for Yennefer.
Más retazos de la memoria de Geralt.
Amusing that the Scoia'tael believed the Emperor betrayed them. In fact, the kings of the north demanded the massacre at the ravine of the Hydra. You feel well?
I feel fine.
Estoy bien.
I'm sorry, I can't give you more of my time. The long road to Loch Muin awaits me. The Council and the Conclave are waiting, and Triss Merigold, as always, arrives in the nick of time.
What are you talking about?
¿Qué habláis?
The figurine. He must have it on him.
What's the meaning of
¿Qué
this?
significa esto?
I want to introduce someone to you. This is Vanamar, my personal sorcerer. He sensed Triss approaching our camp, though she was to arrive in different company. Before you die, Witcher, would you be so kind as to explain how you got your hands on this figurine?
La encontré. Vas a pagarlo
If
muy
you
caro.
hurt her, I'll find
Si le
you,
haces daño,
even in
si le tocas aunque
Nilfgaard.
sea uno de
Triss
tus
will help
ricos
us
rojos.
find those wenches that betrayed the Empire. I don't know whether you killed Talvik or found him dead. It's irrelevant now. I'd prefer not to sentence to death a man previously pardoned by the Emperor himself. Unfortunately, I have no choice. Vanamar, once you're done with him, convey my congratulations to Cynthia. Leading Philippa Eilhart up the garden path is no small feat. Farewell, Witcher.
This is a good place. Are you ready, Geralt of Rivia?
Plow yourself, Nilfgaardian.
Nilfgaardiano de
Your
mierda.
words mean nothing now.
Adelante, intenta matarme, capullo. Cojo mis espadas con tu permiso, capullo. Por cierto, ¿qué te parece si te mato? Vamos.
Long live the Emperor!
Hola, hechicero. La espada es lo mejor. Vamos a ver. Hay que tener paciencia simplemente. No va a aguantar mucho ese ritmo. Lo único que puede hacer es aparecerse y desaparecer. No es que su magia me dé miedo. Deja de
Peleadio, Aquilea. Menin Ada Thea.
Te he enganchado. Hechicero de mierda. Muchos escudos que dances, por muchos más que te marques, no vas a poder conmigo. A la mierda, hechicero.
Just like the good old days. Having killed an Nilfgaardian for years. I knew you'd get in trouble.
Sí, ¿no? Se llevaron a Triss.
Shillard has Triss.
Sí, la
He's
tiene
taking
Triss.
her to Lochmuin.
La llevó a Lochmuin.
Now I understand the commotion. Ambassador Shillard kidnaps Foltest's former advisor. This stinks horribly, Geralt. It would seem the Nilfgaardians want to be present at the Conclave's restoration.
Yo también voy.
Destination Lochmuin, then.
I should have known. Sheila managed to locate the killer's hideout. They were hiding nearby in the gullies. Deathmold sent his men there, but Foltest's killer fled. 2 other witches were covering him. One was taken alive. Before he died from torture, he revealed that our bruiser went to Lochmuin. The mages want to resurrect the council and the conclave that once represented all the sorcerers and sorceresses of the north. King Radovid, the ruler of Redania, is also invited. As Lochmuin lies in Kedwen, Henselt is likely to arrive too. But a Nilfgaardian delegation. Triss, Nilfgaard, Radovid, a bunch of mages and the Kingslayer. Too many eggs in that basket.
One more thing,
Una
Roach.
cosa más, Roach.
I need to see Henselt.
Necesito ver a Henselt.
Why?
Sin su sangre Saskia.
I need a few drops of
Necesito
Henselt's
unas cuantas
blood.
gotas de
Someone
sangre de
poisoned
Henselt.
Saskia's wine.
Alguien era
His
envenenado.
blood is an ingredient
Su
of the
sangre es uno de
cure.
los ingredientes.
Saskia's a rebel, a wench from who knows where. She only speaks of knightly honor.
Says Vernon Roach.
Dijo Vernon Roach,
blue-blooded
príncipe de la
prince,
sangre
heir
real,
of Temeria.
heredero de Temeria.
All right, enough. Ah, plow it. I hope I won't regret it. Henselt should be in his tent. I'll distract the guards, then it's up to you.
I owe you,
Te
Vernon.
debo una, Vernon.
That's not even funny anymore, Geralt. So, ready?
Primero quiero echar un vistazo al campamento de Nilfgaard.
Give me a moment. I want to search Shillard's camp.
Hurry up.
Tú quédate aquí, que simplemente voy a recuperar las cositas que hay aquí. Ya nos vamos. ¿Vale? Por ejemplo esto, que hay unas botas aquí. Estoy sobrecargado. Espérate. Ay, Dios mío de mi vida. Estas botas nilfgaardianas, ¿qué me dan? Más 1. Yeah. Yeah. Ya, pues esto para acá. Recuperar un poquito de guanteletes cortos. Voy a seguir rebuscando, ¿vale? Nada, tardo 0, ¿vale? Buscar aquí un poquito de, tú sabes, de algunas cosas, como por ejemplo esto. Nada, Minucia, yo rebusco y nos vamos, ¿vale? Esto está ya buscado aquí. No tenéis nada. Ahí tampoco, ¿no? Parece, ¿no? A ver, que tenía el mago en lo harto. Armadura de Mahaca. Ahí. Esta armadura. Más 10. Vale. Que me corrí ahora mismo, vamos. Más 18, a ver. Más 18. ¿Ha dicho cualquier cosa? Vamos, que me la llevo, pero que del tirón. Lo que viene siendo del tirón. Una armadura que es más 18. Aunque tenga que tirar restos de armadura y de cosas que tengo en lo harto, vamos. Más 18. Vamos, armadura. Anda. Me llevo cualquier cosa en lo harto. Venga. Ahora sí, Roche, espérate. Quiero hablar con esta mujer, a ver si puedo hablar contigo. ¿No? No, porque fui por el otro lado, ¿no? Si no, hubiéramos tenido una noche de pasión tú y yo juntos. Decisiones que toma uno cuando juega. Vámonos, vernos.
Ready and waiting. Let's go.
Vamos. Vamos a dejarlo ya mismo, ¿eh? De hecho, lo vamos a dejar ya. Sigo a Roche en el siguiente episodio. Y vamos a luego rescatar a Triss, que es el amor de mi vida en este juego. Sí, lo sé. Amantes de Yennefer. Sé que ustedes queréis que le dé una oportunidad a Yennefer de Vendelgarden porque es la novia de él en las novelas. Pero es que en los videojuegos la historia de amor que tiene con Triss es infinitamente más duradera y mejor. Y punto. Lo dejamos aquí. Ha sido un placer estar otro día más jugando The Witcher 2 aquí en el canal. Este sería el episodio 11 de The Witcher 2. Regresaremos, Dios mediante, pues dentro de muy poquito para jugar el episodio 12. Dentro de poco, durante el fin de posiblemente. Muchas gracias a todos por seguirme y hasta otra.